I wanna go out.
Maybe it's cold outside.
I pulled up the route.
Maybe it's cold outside.
There's even a theme.
Wow, what a dream.
Come on, get dressed.
This party will be subpar at
There's
best.
plenty of beer, don't worry.
Seriously, what's your
The
hurry?
dancers will be out on the floor.
Listen, it sounds like a
So
snore.
really, we'd better scurry.
Seriously, what's the hurry?
But maybe just a vodka shot more.
I'll roll my eyes while you pour.
It'll be fun, I think.
Fam, it's bad out there.
Say, what's in this drink?
You put half a claw in there.
I want to go now.
I really don't understand
to this
how.
address.
I'll hold your hair when you're a mess.
Ought to say shot, shot, shot,
I'm just
sir.
gonna move further.
At least I'm gonna say that I tried.
Is it worth it all for your
We
pride?
really must go.
Maybe I'll hold out.
But maybe it's cold outside. We simply must go.
Maybe it's cold outside.
You can't just say no.
But maybe it's cold outside.
Your nightlife has just
I gave you my full trust.
sucked a lot.
Look out the window at those
My
thoughts.
sisters will be suspicious.
Seriously, those
Others will be there at the door.
Now I want to go even more.
This might be too ambitious.
Calio sounds delicious.
But maybe just a vodka shot more.
Never seen that one before.
We can't stay inside.
Maybe I'd freeze out there.
Look, I got us a ride.
Wait. Who?
It'll be here in 8.
You got us a ride.
He's got a 5-star rate.
Why would you get an Uber to go to a party that's 3 blocks away? We could sit. Look, I will walk to that. I'm from New York City. I will walk.
There's bound to be posts tomorrow.
Fine, give me a coat to borrow.
At least there will be plenty on mine.
No pics, I'm drawing the line.
We really must go.
I got over that holdout, but maybe it's cold outside.
To Studio B Season 6 finale. That's right.
Oh my god, unfortunately this is my last show, but my name's Annika. I'm one of your hosts.
And I'm your co-host, Haidyn Broom.
All right, so let's get this stuff started. So you may have noticed lately that Syracuse University's Chancellor, Kent Severud, has been making frequent visits on campus locations, saying hello to students and faculty, or as we like to call it, doing damage control.
I've seen him around campus more this week than I've seen my own father. So,
You know, that grocery run really hurt you, right? Okay, anyway, many students have spotted him these past couple weeks, so we had our tech crew design a new tracking app called Severud Sightings, and we'd like to share them with you. So let's go. So, spotted in Bird Library trying to figure out how airdrop works. XOXO Gossip Girl.
spotted in multiple dorm bathrooms around campus, just making awkward eye contact with residents while they wash their hands and then knocking on stall doors asking if people were okay while they were clearly in there for way too long.
Spotted at the Barnes Center offering autographs to students.
Yeah, no one wants his autograph. Spotted at Destiny USA, apparently referring to other people as good citizens and trying to kiss people's babies.
All right,
spotted outside trying to get students to play in the snow with him. But it was quickly shut down, and we aren't sure why, but there are no witnesses. Seems a little fishy.
Spotted trying to climb Walt the Crane because he was told to get some perspective.
Yeah, get learned, you know. Make sure to keep track of your Chancellor to see when he finally goes to his office and does some damn work, people. Political. And now for the news.
Yes, lots of stuff. And now for the news. Lots of stuff happened this week. Let's talk about it in a funny way.
Here we go. Actor Josh Brolin got a sunburn on his taint after engaging in perineum sunning. Listen, we all know that Hollywood actors are a-holes, but this is ridiculous.
Robert Escobar, brother of drug lord Pablo Escobar, has launched a new foldable smartphone to compete with Samsung's called the Escobar Fold 1. Similarly, El Chapo's brother Mel Chapo just opened his own supermarket called Stop and Chapo.
You get everything there.
All right, and a woman in the United Kingdom allegedly arranged for a duel to the death between her husband and her lover to win her affection. Her lover, the ghost of Aaron Burr, is heavily favored in the matchup.
Something, she gets half. That's how divorce works, kids. Anyway, Kim Jong-un has announced a new initiative for his country called Keep North Korea Great Forever. Now, of course, this is much better than their previous initiative, which was starve the working class in time for bikini season.
Hot girl winter.
John Schnatter, the owner of Papa John's, has claimed to have eaten 40 pizzas in 30 days. This came on the recommendation of his therapist, who said every time you think the N-word, you should just order a pizza.
Jeez. A dog inadvertently turned on the microwave in his home and started a fire. Well, hot dog.
Hey, there we go. Hot dog puns. Johnny Depp is apparently producing a musical about Michael Jackson from the perspective of his glove. Now, ironically, Johnny Depp is also making another play about O.J. Simpson from the perspective of the Ford Bronco. So.
All right, and now news for
One more news.
Fun.
The writers of a movie about Harriet Tubman said they wanted Julia Roberts to play Harriet. The other choices were Reese Witherspoon, Meryl Streep, and Jake from State Farm. And that is the news.
That is the news. Julia Roberts, more like Julia Rob Hurts. Okay, anyway, this semester, Syracuse had an entire room dedicated to dog therapy. And here at Live from Studio B, our curiosity just got the best of us.
That's right. And now in the studio, we're joined by our senior canine correspondent, Murray Bulldog.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, that's too bad, because you have to. Now, Murray, how would you describe your time in the dog therapy room?
Bad. It was bad. It was not good. That's the word that I would use.
Just bad. There's not a better adjective you could describe your last few weeks with.
Yeah, you know, something a little bit more expressive to explain how difficult your life must have been as a man in a dog costume.
Yeah, maybe something like...
I'm a serious reporter, okay? I wanted to do a very simple story about how dog therapy affects students on campus. That's, like, it was that simple.
Yeah, Murray, we don't care about what you wanted to do. We just care about the specific terminology you would give us to kind of contextualize your experience.
Yes. And Murray, lest we forget that you still haven't answered our first question. Would you say your time was smooth, or was it...
maybe something that's synonymous with an uneven surface.
No. I have seen students in tears because of how stressed they were, okay? This isn't some fun game. There's no story here for a pun, all right? It's not funny. It's depressing, okay?
All right.
Do you know how much money we spend here Do you know how much debt people are in?
No.
It's absolutely insane. And the only reason that we're happy is because we can pet dogs? That's the only reason we're happy right now? What does that say about our school? I feel like I'm going crazy here. Am I going crazy?
I didn't hear the answer.
Yeah, we didn't hear the answer. That's the only problem. You know what? Come up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, get up here.
Come on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
My time in the dog therapy room,
Yeah?
it was rough.
So, we're back. That was sooner than expected. We look like we were at a Kesha concert. So, now listen, this semester, we don't have cue cards. As snow starts to fall and we find ourselves in the winter months, that also means that we find ourselves right in the middle of flu season.
That's right, and if you haven't been steadily siphoning off funds from Hayden's bank account like I have, all those trips to the doctor really add up.
Okay, so that actually explains a lot about what's happening to my bank account. Anyway, but I guess the main message here is that healthcare is important, you know, whatever.
So today we have Ross Stethoscopoulos, a healthcare agent at Sick Healthcare. So let's please welcome Ross.
Come on up here, Ross.
Great to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Hayden, Annika, you both are looking quite healthy today.
Well, we fooled another one.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ross, can you start off by telling us what healthcare is?
Sure. So basically how healthcare works is you pay us to do absolutely nothing except sit there and watch as your immune system slowly fails.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a lot of work.
And once it does, we pay the bill.
Okay, great, more work. So Ross, I heard your company actually insures a lot of our favorite holiday characters too, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
No, actually, Rudolph was denied coverage. He had one whopper of a pre-existing condition, which means we're not gonna help him.
Oh, what could have possibly been wrong with Rudolph?
Well, you see, the problem with Rudolph is that red nose of his. That is definitely not present on a typical healthy reindeer and is probably evidence of a severe genetic mutation that will lead to a significant health problems down the line.
First of all, the other reindeers never let poor Rudolph join in any other reindeer game.
Not one!
And now you're denying him health care? How could you do this?
Because there is something wrong with that reindeer. I mean, have you seen that nose? I would even say it glows. And that is not healthy. Probably too smart for all the other reindeer to quarantine him. It could be contagious for all I know.
All right, so okay, maybe Rudolph was a bad example. But you insure other characters, right? Like, what about Frosty the Snowman?
Yeah, Frosty, what a jolly happy soul. Not covered with healthcare, though.
What? Ross, why not? What pre-existing health conditions does a snowman possibly have?
Are you joking? He's a snowman. What's he gonna do, catch a cold? Even if we gave him insurance, he would melt in the waiting room of the doctor's office. Frosty doesn't need health insurance, he needs life insurance. It's getting hot out there,
No, global warming.
so take off all your clothes.
Okay.
All right, enough about Frosty. You're literally just making up reasons to deny people. That's not even a pre-existing condition. You just never take anyone, so you don't have to make a payout.
That is not true. My insurance would be happy to take a healthy, flawless client who demonstrates the ideal person. Like
Jesus! Like Jesus!
It's his birthday!
No, not Jesus. We denied him 3 times, actually.
What? Listen, not only was he in divine health, he could also heal leprosy.
What pre-existing condition could Jesus possibly have?
He had this little pre-existing condition we in the medical field like to call death.
Okay. All right, you gotta be kidding me.
I don't think it takes a healthcare professional like myself to tell you that dying is definitely not healthy. Death is a doozy of a pre-existing condition, and I am simply not insuring someone who has died. Death is a clear symptom of health problems such as diabetes, chronic headaches, and even athlete's foot.
Ross, sweetheart, what did you get for Christmas last year?
I got coal. Why?
Oh, no reason. Just you're probably going to be visited by 3 ghosts tonight, that's all.
Yeah, and we wouldn't want to keep you from that, so thanks for coming on the show. I'm gonna go try and piece my childhood back together. That was Ross Stethoscopoulos, everyone. We're gonna be right back, don't go anywhere.
This isn't BuzzFeed, okay? This is Watch f***ing Mojo. We have a set standard for our content, and we need to keep delivering. So let's go. What's gonna be the next big thing for us? Who's gonna step up and win? Nay, earn the Watch Mojo Rock of Creativity this month. Don't touch it, Paul. Don't touch the rock.
Okay, I have an idea. What if we did top 10 wars Harry Styles could have made a difference?
Margaret, that's
bad, I know.
No, Margaret? That's Mojo! I love it! Come on, let's keep this going. Who else has got some Mojo? Yes, Paul.
How about top 10 cutest movie couples whose marriages probably ended in divorce after the honeymoon stage? Because marriage is hard, and it takes a lot of hard work they aren't willing to do.
Paul, I feel like you're the best fisherman in the world, okay? But today the mindfish just aren't idea biting, you know?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going through some stuff right now.
That's okay. Sarah, what do you got?
Bingo! Top 10 movies to watch on your service vacation to a third world country.
Okay, Sarah, I like the energy, okay? But I don't like the vibe, you know what I mean? Okay, we need to move. Everyone get up, rotate 1 seat to the left, and then pitch your next idea, right there.
Feels nice.
Good. Yes, Paul.
Different
yes.
seat, different.
You guys feel that? Okay? We are seconds away from our next smash hit. Beth, give it to us.
So I thought, let's be clever, but let's also be current. So, top 10 times Reese Witherspoon played a character that also used a fork.
I said we were seconds away from our next smash hit. And I nailed it. Fantastic! This room has a magical energy right now. You feel that? Now we're rolling. Keep that flow rolling, Margaret.
Top 10 most expensive long distance calls in movie scenes.
Okay, Margaret. Even Babe Ruth struck out sometimes, okay? Good thing you're not Babe! That is perfect! Now we're rolling, okay? Paul, hit me.
Alright, here's a good one. Top 10 movie stars with marriages more stable than you and your whore wife Danielle's. Huh? So got Mojo?
Okay, Paul, did I ever tell you the story about my grandfather?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Because he was crazy. Given how wild that pitch was, I wouldn't want you following in his footsteps. Hey, Paul, don't be Michael Phelps on land. Be Michael Phelps in the water,
Got it.
okay? We're gonna come back to you. Sarah, what do you got?
Okay. Top 10 movie prison guards that probably should have been prisoners instead, but weren't because of a lax warden and a corrupt system.
Okay, Sarah, who told you that you were allowed to read my mind? Incredible! It's like you're a member of my extended family with intimate knowledge of my personal life. That's wild! Absolutely wild!
Why?
Beth.
Well, I hate to follow that up, but top 10 scenes in movies where someone had to follow that up.
Okay, Beth. There's good. There's could cure a junkie of his long-time addiction. And then there's that. Absolutely. At least an 8 out of 10. Okay, people, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one more. And Paul, coming back to you, okay? You know what? No, to hell with the refractory period. Margaret, give us one more.
Well, I got something a little wacky, a little innovative, maybe even a little dangerous.
I love it. That's what we're looking for, Margaret.
So what if we did top 7 actors?
What? Margaret, who gave you permission to come to work as an idiot today? A top 7 list? Is this some sort of sick prank? Margaret, we have a brand identity to maintain here.
I was just trying to do something new.
Margaret, Margaret! If the wheel was a perfect content formation, beloved by millions upon millions of people, why would you try to reinvent it?
Because we only get like 700,000 views a video.
Okay, look, Margaret, I can't with you anymore. Just mandatory brainstorming walk now. Go.
Disgusting.
Shut up, Paul. This is why your wife hates you.
Top 10 things that hurt Paul's feelings.
Okay, Paul, no, we're not pitching right now. Okay, now we're pitching. Let's get back to it, gang. Paul, this is your chance. Wow us with your mojo, bud.
All right. So what if it's top 10 times Matthew McConaughey got the girl, even if it would never last in real life?
Paul, that was like Michael Jordan. The game after the flu game, okay? Not as impressive as some of his other performances, but it was still pretty good.
Thanks, Tom.
You got it, Paul.
Oh, I gotta take this.
Go ahead.
No, Danielle! All right, I did not say those things about your sister. And why did you block me on LinkedIn?
Okay, gang. I want to try a little idea generation exercise here. So what I need everyone to do is lie down. Margaret! That was a brainstorming jog. I said brainstorming walk. You keep walking and think about what you've done. Margaret!
Oh my god.
You can't keep that. That rock is for winners and number ones only, not honorable mentions.
Camera here.
Oh, yay!
Yes. Hello, and welcome to a little place called Studio B, where we have the stage set for our season finale. The holidays bring plenty of cheer to be had while I'm celebrating the anniversary of when I was left by my...
Okay, Hayden and I have a special treat for you, right, Hayden?
Yeah, that rhyme took me a whole week of my spin class to write,
Okay, and
Annika.
we have a show to run, Hayden. So tonight we're going to be reading some of our favorite holiday classics.
Fine, let's get into our first story.
Yeah.
A Christmas Carol. How do you guys like that? Once upon a time, sorry, my book voice. Once upon a time, there lived an old man named Ebenezer Scrooge. He lived alone in his house with no one to talk to or love. He looked forward to 8 a.m. on Saturdays where he could let loose and chat with Donna.
Who's Donna?
Shut up. Donna's the best damn spin instructor Planet Fitness ever had. Until... Sorry, Christmas spirit.
Go, Hayden.
He lived alone. It was cold. House empty. Do you guys get where I'm...
Yeah, I think we kind of get it.
Yeah, okay, shut up. You're about to make my list, Darren. Anyway, so one day, his old partner comes back, Jacob Marley. And that is from the dead. Anyway, he's all like, if you don't put your act together right now, I'm gonna make sure your afterlife is full of full-price spin classes with Beatrice. Ooh, scary.
I think you should just read from the book.
Shut up, Darren! You're on my list now. Later that night, he gets visited by the ghost of Christmas past. He shows Scrooge that once he was just a pruned baby that was no better than the rest of us. The spirit of Christmas present shows him that his co-worker's Yorkshire Terrier named Tiny Tim is not actually his dog, but his son, and that some people just aren't blessed enough to have as good a name as Ebenezer Scrooge. Anyway, the ghost of Christmas is to come reminds him of what will inevitably happen if he goes on that Japanese game show. He wakes up the next morning a new man, the end.
You forgot the most famous line.
Oh, God bless us, everyone. Shut up, Darren! Charles Dickens was a communist, kids.
Wow, that was quite the rendition I've never, ever heard before.
Well, it's a classic, Annika.
Right, so I actually have a classic myself that I'd like to read. It's called The Holiday Banquet.
Oh, that's a classic? I've never heard of it.
It's soon to be, Hayden.
Okay.
Okay, so I wrote it. I've been trying to get it published for quite some time. It's based on an old family holiday tradition. So here it goes.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there lived a family in snowy woods. The son of the family was working very hard to bake a fruitcake for their big holiday feast. When they were baking, little Johnny mixed up the salt and the sugar. Out of the oven, the cake appeared to be perfectly normal, okay? It appeared.
Okay.
So it was served at the banquet. At first bite, though, everyone knew it was the worst effing cake they've ever tasted. What a nerd. Their mother took him outside and told him to not come back until he learned not to bring shame on the family fruitcake legacy. And that the Christmas monster Krampus would come to teach him a lesson. The end.
Ah, that's family tradition?
Yes.
I think you did a really good job developing the conflict in that story. Like, it was great writing.
Shut up! Shut up, Darren!
You really?
I will end you!
Because I have a sequel in the works that I'm still making, and if I can get some feedback, that would be really, really great. Hayden, I think you have it.
Oh, okay. I do.
Yes, you
I
do.
see this one is titled Post-Traumatic Holiday.
Now that's a title.
Shut up, Darren! Shut up! The child that once disgraced his beloved family banquet is on the streets, thinking about what he did. Suddenly, something bursts through a building wall. The rubble lies everywhere, and among that rubble, there he is, Krampus. Is Krampus the Kool-Aid man?
They're distant cousins. Stick to the story, Hayden.
All right. Krampus has a proposal for little Johnny. He says that he too once disgraced his family. He said that he's going to the world's most famed culinary institute. He wants Johnny to be a sous chef. Okay, they book a flight. Johnny learns not only the difference in sugar and salt, but how every spice can harmonize with one another. Him and Krampus graduate, but Johnny isn't ready. He continues for his master's in flambe. Only then is he prepared. Him and Krampus go back to Johnny's house in the snowy woods. It's been 8 years. He makes the best cake his parents have ever tasted. The end.
Guys, so what'd you think?
I really liked the redemption arc of little Johnny.
Hey, guess what, Darren? I'm gonna beat you. I thought Krampus was supposed to beat kids with birch branches.
No. He's a character with many layers.
Shut up!
Like Johnny's cake.
I hate Darren. You know, I think that's all the time we have for story time.
But it's a trilogy. The third book's a cookbook.
All right, that's all the time we have. No more of that.
Okay, guys,
Anyway.
we're done here. Oh.
Listen, it's the holiday season, and I think it's also the season finale, so we better tell you how we're feeling. Annika?
Yeah. Just need to say thank you guys so much for some great years. Actually, it was just 1 year, but 2 seasons. Thank you so much for letting me host that much. Like, literally, love you guys so much.
Yes, and I'm not entirely certain if I'm done hosting, but we'll see where the winds take me.
Wins.
Anyway, from all of us here at Live from Studio B, I think everyone included,
Yes.
we just want to wish you a happy holidays and a Happy New Year, and we love you guys. Thanks for being with us this season.
See you 2020!
See you in 2020! Roaring 20s!
I love you, Mommy!
From Live from Studio B, I'm Haidyn Broom!
And I'm Annika! See ya!
I really don't remember the words.
Really better skirt.
What's the hurry? Never seen that one before.
Does vodka make that many bubbles? It does make that many bubbles. What? Did you see that?
Close. Thank God
Damn,
this
it's bad
one's
out
over.
there.